If you've clicked this video, your job probably relies on communication. Well, imagine a world where you could improve your communication so much that you become that guy or woman. You become that person that lifts the room up and lifts their spirits up. By studying the best communicators in the world, I've discovered this one exercise that they do that takes no more than 10 minutes a day and will improve your communication. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 3-step process that they use and how you can benefit from it. But before I get into that, the problem is, most people think they are great communicators. Have you ever seen that woman on social media that goes around asking men, can they fight? And their reply is, 9 times out of 10, yeah, I think I could do pretty good. I'm athletic, I'm pretty strong, and yeah, I think I could knock someone out. And then she goes, all right, could you give us a little shadow box? And if you don't know what a shadow box is, it's just doing this in the air. And then they start shadowboxing. And as a fighter, straight away, I can tell they will get knocked out in 2 seconds. But they still think they can fight. But the thing is, they're falling over their own legs. They're tripping up. They're punching like this, and they're just punching like a T-Rex. But the reason they still think they could knock someone out is because they've never been in a situation of real combat. They've never been surrounded by someone who can fight. They've never been to a gym, a boxing gym, an MMA gym. They've not been around it. And most people think they're a good communicator because they've not been around someone who is actually a great communicator. Because they are not aware of the actual ability that you can get to. And it's only by building this awareness that you can build your communication. The problem is not a knowledge problem most of the time. The problem is an awareness problem. Let's take the red car theory, for example. If I ask you, how many red cars have you seen today? You're probably going to say none. But now, just because I've asked you that question, today or tomorrow, you're most likely going to see some red cars. And it's not because there was no red cars yesterday, it's because you are now aware of the red cars. If you go looking for red cars, you will find red cars. And it's the same with your communication. If you go looking for areas to improve in, you will find those areas to improve in. And once you do improve in those areas, you will become the person that lifts everyone's spirits because you found the patterns, the interruptions, and the problems that you are causing when you are communicating. But how? How can you do that? How can you create a process that takes no more than 10 minutes a day to improve your communication to have that much benefit in your life? Well, 3 years ago, I had a brain injury and I struggled to speak. And I wanted to improve my communication. I wanted to improve it so much. So I did what any individual would do. Go on YouTube and type, how to be a better speaker. Now, loads of videos came up, hundreds and hundreds of videos. Now, quite a lot of them were useless, but I found one video by Vinh Giang. And if you've not already checked him out, he's one of the best communicators in the world. Maybe go and have a look at his YouTube channel. But he told me to record myself every single day. So I did. 5 minutes a day, he said. He said, no more. You don't need any more than 5 minutes a day. It wasn't to improve in my technical skills. It was to improve in my awareness. So I could find out what I was doing, all the patterns, all the interruptions, all the things that I could improve on to become a better communicator which could build more connection. And this is how you're going to do it. Let me get my iPad up. Now, Vin told me to ask myself a question and just go on a walk and record myself. You could do it with your phone, but walking in public and filming yourself is quite awkward. What I did is put my headphones in and I went for a walk. I didn't get the camera up, I just recorded on voice record. But here was the problem. If you've ever done any sort of fighting, if you have a sparring session, you will plan combinations that you want to do before you even get there. Every sparring session that I had, I would think of a new combination that I wanted to try in sparring. Oh, today I want to try a left hook, spinning back fist, spinning elbow. Or today I want to try a 1-2 slip calf kick. I've drilled the combinations in my head. And this was the problem when I was going on this walk. I knew I was going on this walk every single day. And I knew I was going to speak for 5 minutes every single day. But the problem was, I was drilling combinations in my head before I even got to filming the 5 minutes. So now this video was not improvised, because I planned things that I was going to say 10 hours before that walk. And this is where I started to realize I need ChatGPT to help me, because otherwise I'm going to cheat. And if you don't use chat, I bet you're going to cheat. Linda over there, she was cheating. Lauren over there, she was cheating. Everyone that I've set this task to do, they cheated. They think they're not going to cheat, but they do. And how are you going to do it is by doing this. Hello chat, you are my communication coach. I want to improve my awareness with my communication. I'm going to speak for 5 minutes a day and record myself speaking so I can pick up on the patterns that I am doing to improve on. Please give me one question at a time to answer when I go on my walk, because I think of these questions before I go on my walk, and then because I am thinking of the answers. I want to do this improvised. Perfect, we have a question. What am I trying to get better at right now? And what am I currently doing that's actively getting in the way? That is a question that is solely about this drill. You could answer that question on this drill. If you don't want to use chat, that is completely fine. You could tell a random story. But if you are cheating yourself, it doesn't count. It's only by improvising that you will get your true communication skills. And you might be thinking, Staff, sometimes I can't record for 5 minutes. Well, this is how you could do it at work. If you're doing a presentation, you can record the presentation. If you're taking a meeting, you could record the meeting. Have you ever watched Suits? You could do what Louis Litt does. He has a little voice recorder in his pocket. I don't know the ins and outs of recording in the workplace, so don't take my word on that one. But there is a situation where you can record. Now, once you've recorded yourself, that's the first step. But it's not the recording itself where the magic happens. It's what you do with the recording. It's what you do with it next. Now, this is where you are going to review the footage. Now, this is going to be a bit weird, listening to yourself back. It's going to sound a bit cringy. The first time I heard myself back, I went to my mum and I went, Mum, is that me? Is that what I sound like? And she was like, yeah. I was like, are you sure? It doesn't sound like me. And she went, I'm positive, that's you. And the reason for that is, when you hear yourself speak in real time, it's going through your bones and it's going through the air. Bone conduction, air conduction. But when you listen to yourself speak back on your phone, it's air conduction. You don't hear the bone conduction, and that is why it sounds slightly different. That means when you watch yourself back, it's not cringy, it's just unfamiliar. You're not used to the sound of that voice because you're not used to listening to yourself through air conduction only. And when you watch yourself back, I want you to look for patterns. You will have a different pattern to me. Linda over here says a lot. Lauren over here says good a lot. Johnny over here says the word like a lot. And when you watch yourself back, I want you to pick up on one pattern every single time. One thing that you believe you could improve in. Is it your tonality? Is it your pitch? Is it your pauses? And if you want a few more things to think about, check the first link below. I will send you 30 ways in 30 days to improve your communication. Each day has a concentration. And with each day, you can then think of different aspects to help you with this recording process. But once you find out that one thing that you want to improve in, that is where you repeat the process. So when you do the recording the day after, the following day, that's your focus. Whatever you wanted to improve in on the last clip, the next time you film, your focus is to improve on that. Johnny over here, like I said, uses the word like a lot. So the next day, Johnny's going to try and eliminate the word like when he speaks. He's going to try and pause instead. If you want to improve your tonality, the next day, you're going to work on changing your voice a little bit. Sometimes sound a little bit sad. Sometimes be really happy. Sometimes be curious. And this is the process. Recording, reviewing, picking one area that you want to improve in, and then repeating the process the next day with the feedback you gave yourself from the previous day. That's it. The magic is when you're having a conversation with someone at work and you realize, I'm not really showing much emotion here. So you pick it up, you pick the ante up a little bit. And the only way that you will build that awareness is by filming yourself first. But once the magic hits you and you can have the ability to change mid-conversation, mid-presentation because you are aware of what you are doing, that is when this process has done its work. That is when you can say, that was worth it. The reason we are doing this whole process, you are doing this process, is so that you can become aware real time. That is the real skill. But you will only build that skill of becoming aware in real time by doing this record, review, repeat process. That is today's video. If you want some free resources to help improve your communication, check the links below. Now, this process is very good, but if you don't do this one, it won't mean anything. You should probably check this out.